Alright guys, Mr. Scout here again. I'm going to start the actual tutorial you guys have all been asking for. Alright, so I just got back from Home Depot with some new supplies. Alright, so that way you guys know exactly what you need. Alright, so went on ahead and bought a 14-inch drawer slide. One that looks like this. Okay, 14 inches. Alright. Box of springs. Make sure you get the right pounds and work. 2.4 ones are the ones we're going to use. And if you don't already got one, a hacksaw. My old one's kind of old. And nuts and bolts. Alright, so let's get to work on this. Alright, so we got the drawer slide right here. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to take it apart so we can cut it to the right sizes that we want to do it in. The way you do that is, you see this thing back here? Bend it back with some pliers. Alright, take this rubber thing off. Alright, you're going to need, no, you're not going to need that later, but just take it off and bend it back. Alright, I bent it back. Alright, what you do is you just push all this stuff out the back. Alright, there's two black things in here. You have, and those hold the ball bearings. I don't know if you can see it right there. Alright, save those. Do not let them get dirty. Alright, once you do that, you should end up with just this part. Alright, what you need to do now is cut it to your arm length. I'm just going to use mine. It just so happens that it's going to stop at this right over here, which I'm going to use to hold the spring. If your arm's shorter than that, then you can just drill a hole and use a screw to hold the spring. Same thing. Alright, so now I'm going to have something that looks a lot like this. Alright, so now we're going to cut the other ones to the right size. Okay, this looks like a lot like this. Alright, these ball bearings, you don't even have to take them out. Alright, what you can do, alright, is you bend this thing back, alright, then you just push this out the end. Alright, and the way we're going to measure the second piece, right, we're going to put it in here. Alright, take a spring, kind of measure out like where your hole versus a spring is going to be, right? And then from there to the tip, that's where we're going to cut it. Actually, we're going to cut it a little bit shorter than right here, because we're going to bend these back to stop this from going too far out and falling out the end. Alright, so instead of making it like the old one, for the final piece, right, we're not even going to use this whole part of the slide, right? We're actually just going to use this, a little idea I got from that, I don't know, that Backyard Effects guy on YouTube. You can find him. But he used the same drawer slide. This is what he used for his final piece. I think it's going to work out a whole lot better and look a whole lot better. Alright, so what you're gonna do is we're gonna tinker around with this and like kind of make sure it's gonna, you know, come out to the right length. Alright, what you want to do is make sure that it gets from the tip of your wrist, right, which is where your finger's gonna grab the string, all the way up to where the tip of your finger is pointed out. Alright, and what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put the ball bearings back in. What you're going to do is you're going to cut these down to size, alright? To the right size of what you just cut. Alright, so this is basically it. We're going to need to drill a couple more holes, alright? I'll put the ball bearings back in, alright? So when it slides out, we're going to need to cut these black things back, alright? So that way they're the right size. But this thing will slide forward. Alright, I'm not going to slide it all the way out. There's also ball bearings will fall out. But, so, it'll slide forward. We're going to cut these down maybe. Yeah. We're going to cut them down on this edge. Alright, so that way this thing can actually slide out of it. So that way your blade doesn't look like it's coming out of this big fat thing, like it did for my last one. So I'm going to fix that. Alright, so I'm going to cut that. Alright. And I'm going to drill holes for our spring to go in here, and here. Alright, so here and here in this thing. Alright, what I did with this is I flipped it upside down the way it normally comes in. Alright, so I'm going to do that right now. Alright guys, I went on ahead and screwed that spring in and put the bolts in, you know, where I said I was going to screw it in at. Alright, so basically what I do is I just put this over this same spring over this same screw. Alright, so it looks like that. And then I'm going to put a bolt in between each of them. Alright guys, the springs have been put on it. Alright, so it just slides out like that, and then retracts. That's pretty much done. I'm going to put this string on it and show you guys how to actually make it work. Alright guys, it's all done, except for the straps. The straps you can put on there yourself. I don't feel like putting those in. But basically what it is, you put it around your finger, right? Your finger's going to be all the way down here. When you slide it out, right, it goes all the way out like so. Right? Now, the way you retract it, right, you gotta, you know, keep it in like that. Or if you wanted to just go back, you have to shimmy it off your finger. Boom. Goes back. Right? A regular string would probably work better for actually getting it back on your finger like that. But in, like that. And there's the tutorial, guys. Good luck.